Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's HoopTalk, the podcast. This is episode 13. We appreciate you guys for coming back. If you haven't already, new to the channel, please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Give us a little basketball. Let us know that you're brand new. Make sure you share with all your friends and family. We appreciate the support. As usual, we're going to go ahead and get started nice and quick. For those of you who don't know us, those are our names on the board. We're going to go through it kind of quickly, but France did eliminate Germany in that semifinals to advance to the gold medal game. Team USA, of course, eliminated Serbia to advance to the gold medal game, which put Germany and Serbia up against each other for bronze, and Serbia took that home, which is actually what Tyler predicted. I did not think that was going to happen. And then, of course, Team USA faced off against France.
Like I predicted.
We predicted the silver, me and him, for France. We both did.
It was a much closer game than I expected, and we're not going to talk too much about it or go into too much detail, but let me tell you something. Witnessing that performance by Stephen Curry is by far
back-to-back games.
My top 5 favorite things to have watched while it was happening live. Like, no highlights after the day or, a week later. I'm talking about while I was actually sitting down watching that while it was happening, and that was by far my top 5 favorite things to watch. Like, Stephen Curry went crazy. That was insane.
It's nice because it kind of capped off, like, the end of an era because realistically they're all going to be retiring. I think that's the best way for them all to go out. Yeah. Steph Curry, they were feeding him. Everybody was excited for him to take a shot. He was screaming at the crowd. Like, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing, because I didn't really get to watch the game, which sucks, but I got to watch a lot of the highlights. I heard that one of the stats, he had 17 threes in back-to-back games because he was really quiet through the Olympics, I think.
Yeah.
So I think this Olympics, like, everything about it was tailor-made, and I hate to say it, I'm not going to be a conspiracy theory kind of guy, but it was kind of tailor-made for another Steph Curry kind of like documentary / like LeBron might be having him. Their documentaries being filmed right now, even KD, like, it was actually kind of magical. Like, I think a lot of people took a lot of the hype away from this team because we expected them to do what they had to do. But at the end of the day, it was still, like, kind of cool. We haven't had this much hype in a while. It might be just because it's the Olympics, but this team was dope, bro. Like, definitely one of those teams where you think about it's like, you had everybody calling LeBron Captain America. Like, everybody was getting
the Avengers.
Anthony Edwards looked like a bad little kid with silver caps in his mouth. Like,
bro, Anthony Edwards was attached at the hip, bro, with Kevin Durant.
Bro,
goodness gracious.
His little brother.
That man was living his dream, bro. That man was living his
every
dream.
time.
Bro, every single time I see KD turn the corner, 2 seconds later, Anthony Edwards right behind. I didn't even notice this. Once it clicked in my head that Anthony Edwards was, like, by Kevin Durant so much, it hit me like that viral video of Snoop Dogg going on the back of the bus to talk to Kevin Durant. 2 seconds later, Anthony Edwards pulls up. I didn't even put it together, but he was attached at the hip, bro. And shout out to him, bro. That was a happy moment for him for sure. Like,
it's his idol. He said that's his goal.
He was talking about. He did an interview. He was talking about how they lined him up based on numbers and their numbers aligned with it was Curry, Ant, LeBron and KD. He was saying how they called Curry's name and they all went crazy, and then they called Ant's name and everybody kind of like they went crazy for him, but like it wasn't the same reception. And then they go to LeBron, everybody goes crazy again. He was like, damn, just experiencing that like as a fanboy, like I think it's dope to see a player like
he grew up. He's gonna have a good season.
I like the fact that he's open about it. Like, he's not like trying to be the cool guys. Oh,
he's
it's
always
just
been
another.
Like that too.
Yeah, like he's not afraid to like
be
talk
himself.
shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, he's calling KD an old ass man in the middle of the court. So like,
same thing with Steph. He's like,
he called everybody. So I was watching
an
interview. He even called Paul George an old ass man. He was just going around the whole league this year, talking to all the All Stars, saying old ass nigga, old ass nigga.
The entire team though is crazy though. Like, all them sacrifice, all them just even Devin Booker. I hate Devin Booker, but look, you saw what he did.
you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
a lot of
Let's not segue
reasons.
out of this. Go ahead.
I have a lot of reasons, but
Anyways,
to start off, he just has the cleanest fit.
let's
I've ever
not
seen.
do this. Let's not do this. So I just want to finish off real quick. I was gonna say, like, just in general, man, like, this is one of those things that, you know, it's gonna go down in like meme history, especially like the KD and then Ant coming out the back, like going like this, shaking his head, like, and I saw the caption saying like, "Will you finally get to go out with your uncles?" Like, it was just, it was. I think this was like the most, and I think it had to do a lot with Anthony Edwards too. Like, this was like, he got these guys to be competitive. From the dribble, he said, "Listen, I'm still gonna take my shots. I'm Anthony Edwards." Like,
And he did.
He established
He did.
the tone for the. He's my MVP for real when it comes to like culture and how he got everybody to have fun. Like, LeBron was laughing with Curry. They're besties. LeBron and Curry are real deal besties, bro.
You were talking about the documentary. You know how it ends?
Yeah.
LeBron, Steph, and KD, they all end up in Charlotte together.
Bro,
One last run.
That's
They
insane.
trade LaMelo.
What's that?
They
They
run
trade
Miles
LaMelo.
Bridges. One last run. I'm telling
Bro,
you.
if they hook up for real, man, that would be some dope.
I
Because
have
they
a
could do
question.
it. They could
Based
do
on
it.
how happy they look, do you think they did hook up at any point?
Man.
Oh my god! All right, well, speaking of
Curry
hooking,
LeBron 2026.
speaking of hooking up, a lot of that does happen on the women's side of basketball.
True.
Segueing into
Sick.
women's basketball. That was a
You
great.
snapped.
That's probably my best segue of all time.
All time.
All
All
time.
time.
Sick.
You snapped.
You're speaking the truth.
But on the other side of the Olympics, the women's team won their gold medal, which has been happening for a long time. They're on how many years of a streak are they on right now? I forgot.
Is it
68
8 Olympics?
games, one
I think
straight.
it's.
I think it's eight years in a
straight
row, or
Olympics.
not 8 years, but 8 Olympics in a row.
Uh-huh.
Either way, man, shout out to them. They also beat France, which I thought was pretty cool that both French teams ended up in the gold medal game.
Winning
Uh,
silver.
And you know, in the moment, it looks off to be happy to be second place, but you know, it actually is a huge accomplishment to win that silver medal. Because yes, you weren't able to beat Team USA to get that gold medal, but you were also able to beat all the other countries to be the second best. You know
If
what I
Team
mean?
USA is not there, you win it.
Yeah, it sounds off to be celebrating second place, but like in the Olympic atmosphere, it's not terrible to be celebrating second and third place. It actually is a huge accomplishment to
4
win a
years.
medal. Yeah, exactly. You're waiting 4 years. You know, countries all over the world are 4 years competing and training and waiting and doing competitions for those 4 years to try to get to this point. You know what I mean? Like, losing isn't really as big of a deal as it is, you know, in the NBA. You know what I mean? Or in the NFL or in the Euro League. You know what I mean? Like, so it is a huge accomplishment. So shout out to the French teams for men's and for women's. Shout out to Serbia for getting the bronze medal. I actually don't know who got the bronze medal for the women's side. I'm not even gonna front.
I'm not sure. I think it was. I think it was one of the
I think
African
it
teams.
might be Germany.
Was it Germany?
We'll get a
think
fact
it
check.
might
We'll
be.
get a fact check and then bring it back up. But shout out to them, man. Asia Wilson won Olympic MVP for the women's side. LeBron James won Olympic MVP for the men's side,
Do you know who
rightfully
she's
so.
dating? Asia Wilson?
Obama Adebayo.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I feel like they connected in the Olympics. So it was a little they got caught on a date and everything.
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. Asia Wilson seems like a dope ass human being. She seems like she
is.
has such a cool vibe to her.
Yeah.
She's taller than me, which is crazy, guys. I consider myself tall because I'm used to just being around people who are shorter than me.
Like Tyler.
So she's like 6'4".
I'm pretty tall. I'm like 6'3".
She's like
Yeah.
6'4", but shout out to them, man.
Smaller, but I'm tall.
Speaking of the French teams, the last topic I wanted to talk about when it comes to this part of the Olympics, we're gonna be strictly talking about Olympics today. It's gonna be our last day about Olympics, and then we're gonna move on next week. But my last thing in regards to the actual Olympic basketball games is France. Do you guys think France is our biggest threat going forward? Do you believe, or do you think another country is our biggest
If
threat?
I had money right now, well, I do. But if I had like $100,000 right now, I would put it right now on France winning gold in the next 4 years. Who is stopping? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta stop acting like we don't have Chet Holmgren, who's gonna be able to match up with him in 4 years and be just as good, or maybe just a little level.
I don't think there's a human being that will ever be able to match up with Wemby. That's
I
like saying
think-
somebody's matching
I
up with
think about
LeBron.
it though. That team is
Chad.
kind of old though.
Yeah,
Now that I think about it, they're
yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah,
like,
but
they're
think
gonna
about
lose Rudy.
we drafted 3 Frenchmen in the lottery this year. All it takes
Sar-
is one of them,
Sar-
possibly 2 of them, to be successful NBA
It's not gonna be
players,
Sorry, I can tell you that.
and they go into the Olympics. Like, if 2 of them end up being good in the NBA, that's all they need. Because
or even
Wemby,
just mid-level players. Because people play different in the Olympics. They're taking different shots, and the offense is more predicated for them.
Like, look at Batum. Batum turned into an Olympic god. He's like a
Let's not forget
Diet
also.
Mello.
Let's not forget also the you can send people that get drafted next year. You can send people that get drafted the year after that. You know what I mean? So
Victor's brother.
the French team, for example.
He has a little brother. Victor has a little brother.
Yeah, he does.
Did not know that.
The French team has most Olympic teams always aim for veterans because that's just how they go. So like, there's probably young French players who just haven't had the opportunity to go out there and play.
4 years is
who are playing in exactly
to get better.
So we got the guys who got drafted in the NBA. We probably got some young French players who are making their name out there in the EuroLeague and all that kind of stuff. So 4 years from now, I think France is going to be our biggest threat. And if you look at who we're going to have to send, like, do we have the cohesiveness? Do we have the plug in players? But having the players
on this team are still going to be.
Bro, we're
going to
be huge though. We're going to be just as big.
I think 2032 is where we have to worry.
Yeah, but we got Chet, we got LaMelo. We have players that are not that players. They just are not seasoned. Like, they're not all the way there yet.
That matters.
I don't think LaMelo ever ends up on an Olympic roster. I'm going to make that bet now.
Actually going to have a really good year.
I think he will eventually, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
He's on his fifth year?
Fourth.
Yeah, he's going to be. If he's in his fourth year, he's going to be in his 8th year. The next one, he's going to be in his 12th year.
His brother's never really.
He's going to have at least.
Season.
He's going to have at least 3 more opportunities. They're going to fit him in there.
He's already been an all-star.
He's already been an all-star.
Yeah, so, but the issue is I don't think he's ever going to have a healthy season to do it.
Well, I mean, this was the season that Lonzo also got good as well. Like, it was his 4th season when he actually was really doing good with Chicago.
But look how injured he was. Just like LaMelo, that's the issue. Those dudes are consistently injured.
Well, hopefully they're not. I'm praying on a good season. But back to like what Nas was saying about the Olympics and stuff like that. Go ahead, Nas.
Oh no, that was it. I was just making the point that I think France.
I was trying to stay on topic. You see me? I'm trying, guys.
That was all I had. I was trying to see if you guys think France is going to be the biggest threat, which I think they will be.
I think Germany's going to be up there too.
Maybe not 2028, but yeah, maybe 2032. It's crazy to think we're going to be in 2032. Yeah, that's a crazy thing to even comprehend.
Yeah, bro.
But once again,
in cheese. That's it. Cheese and cocaine.
Once again, what did you just say?
That's all people are interested in. We don't have flying cars because of that.
Goodness gracious, I don't even know how we ended up here. But we're gonna segue to the next topic.
That would be great.
Still staying in the realm of the Olympics, but this time we're gonna talk about a different Olympian for Team USA. USA's Noah Lyles is, in my personal opinion, the ultimate hater, and there's a lot of things that have been going on with him over the past few weeks during this whole Olympic period. I think, was it last year or maybe 2 years ago that he made the comments about Team USA not being world champions?
When Denver won, he said, why they call it the champions of the world. Yeah,
that was last year. Yeah, it wasn't for FIBA. It was for, exactly. So that's where it all started. I'm curious. Let's start there. What do you guys think about that comment by itself? Do you think he's making sense, or you think he's overthinking it?
Bro, do you know what his reasoning is? It's because we don't play co-ed basketball. It's because the men's don't beat the women.
Are you serious?
That's his further take on that.
When did he say? I haven't seen that.
That's his further take on it. On that same comment, he goes into it, and he says the men don't even play the women.
Okay. I don't think that's like a main point of what he was trying to make, though. I think that was just him adding to his.
But it's so
trying to save himself.
It adds to how weird it already is.
Yeah. I think out of all the comments that he's made, that one's not super unrealistic, though. Like, I understand his thought process, but like at the end of the day, like there are world players in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, like. They're some of the best players in the league. So, yes, we are beating the best players in the world. That's just because it's not that teams, you know what I mean? Like, if they're not in the NBA right now, then we're not worried about them. They weren't good enough to get here. So, what the hell? What are the people who are good enough to be here and compete against us, those are the people that we're concerned about, and they're going to the finals. Giannis just won a championship. Jokic just won a championship. Tatum.
For USA.
Luka Doncic just went to the finals. So, like, all these guys are the best players in the world, and they are foreign. They're not all just Americans. So we are beating the best players in the world. So I don't fully understand that part of it. I get where he's coming from, but I think that's just like I think it's just petty. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's just jealous that his sport doesn't operate the same way that basketball operates. You know what I mean? Like, he has to go to these individual races and make money off of sponsorships. Meanwhile,
He's going.
Melo said the same thing. Melo said, like, bro, you should be mad at your organization for not putting money in. And I agree. Like, those people should be able to win money for the races that they do at home. It shouldn't just be once they get to the
some
podium.
money after the Olympics, so it's not like he's broke.
But they only win if they get to the podium, and then like if you have sponsorships and stuff, you win. But they don't win races. Like in the U.S., they don't win any money for races unless like the organization puts.
It's like racing's like boxing though. It's not really like a, you know what I'm saying? It's an individual sport, so it's hard to like kind of. It's not like the UFC where it has regulations and rules and things like that. So it, like,
but you make money in boxing for the fight, so
but it's different. Like even tennis. Tennis isn't. It's regulated.
I agree. Tennis has the same
Track's
issue.
not regulated. Track's not regulated. So like, at the end of the day, unless they have, like you said, some type of like NBA for track, it's just he's never gonna make money.
That's what I'm saying. He should be mad that the organization
for
track hasn't created that.
Yeah,
but he's mad at he's mad at people
at
that
the
are
wrong
legitimately
people.
Good.
Yeah, that are in the organization that's making it happen.
Like honestly, do you think the Denver Nuggets, that team, is not better than Team Greece or the Serbia team that just played?
Bro,
these teams are phenomenal, but like Noah Lyles is making it seem like if we put out more foreign players in the NBA, that's gonna make a difference.
Bro, it's like a next level hater.
It might make some teams worse if you replace their American players with some foreign players. Like, how many foreign players out there are going to replace these NBA players? Almost none. You know what I mean? But to stay on topic with Noah Lyles, he also had the comments on Anthony Edwards. Did you guys hear that one?
The Anthony Edwards one, no. I heard the one about Jokic.
Yeah, the Anthony Edwards one is crazy.
I've been waiting for this.
Noah Lyles was invited to Anthony Edwards' shoe release. For I guess it was like his first shoe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's still on his first shoe, so it had to be, of course. And I guess he made comments saying that he felt disrespected to be invited to this player's party because Anthony Edwards wasn't like the most accomplished NBA player at that point in his career, which is accurate. That is accurate for sure. Anthony Edwards isn't the most accomplished player yet, aside from some All-Star appearances, and I think maybe just one, right?
One.
Yeah. So at the time, none, because he would have released his shoe before he was an All-Star.
Yeah.
So accuracy in his statement, there is some accuracy there. But my thing is that's some hating shit again. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
stays hating.
NBA players are superstars, bro. Like, NBA players are cream of the crop. You know what I mean?
More people know who Anthony Edwards is than you.
Exactly.
And people only know who you are because you're a hater.
Exactly.
And you're amazing at your sport. I'm not going to take anything away from you. But, like, you're a certified hater, competitive level hater.
That's crazy to me. What do you think? You say you were waiting for this one?
Yeah. So let me turn this off. I'm sorry. I just got some new tech. But anyways, I will say this, and I've been waiting for this sake. Thank you. Number one, I hate how much publicity that the NBA players are giving this guy because I think the community itself, we do not like Noah Lyles. We don't like. It's not that we don't like him. We just don't like the things that he's saying. But honestly, I just feel like he's trolling, and I feel like if we would have never gave him attention on these comments, he would have never really had like anything like a camera looking at him. But I guess the Olympics are happening. He's got a little bit of a platform right now. If he was racing in the middle of the fall, like next year, we're not going to hear from him anymore. You know,
which I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure they do competitions throughout the year.
I'm being sarcastic.
I don't know how it works, but he probably does.
I'm saying the platform wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I see.
And I felt like he got on that platform and he really abused it. And on top of everything, he kind of used Anthony Edwards, and like, bro, it made me love him even more. Like, it's just sad, like how like we're men at the end of the day. Like, let's just take the sports out of it. Yeah, we're men, and like he's not supporting another black man really just throws me off. And like the first thing he does is kind of just throw him under. I didn't expect to get this deep, but as the take grows, what I'm trying to get at is it was just really like dumb. And then he kind of backpedaled on a lot of things. He was saying like, "Oh, I didn't know this or I didn't know that," and it was just kind of lame because like at the end of the day, man, you would have got more love for winning those gold medals that you did, being sick and running, than you would have from like just talking bad about people who are professional athletes at the highest level.
That's why I respect Sha'Carri Richardson more.
Yeah, bro, like Sha'Carri has not said a word other than being grateful, and like she had her rough patch and she was doing what she was doing, and look at her now. Like I think people cared more about Sha'Carri's run than they did Noah Lyles, and he was doing good. He won a couple gold medals. So like at the end of the day, like to just end this take and everything that I gotta say about it, it was just lame him putting down Anthony Edwards, a young man in his first Olympics. Like he should have embraced him. He should have took that opportunity to take a picture. do something because Anthony Edwards, I think, like would be up for it. He's a troll himself. You know, we saw his commercials, his Adidas commercial, and everything like that. So, like at the end of the day, man, it's just like spreading love, and that it was the Olympics, and that shit was just really whack to me. Like,
I'm all for a little friendly competition, but like just putting somebody
out of
down.
hand. Yeah,
I'm happy he lost.
After somebody
young
accomplishes something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like trying to put it down as oh, that's not that serious or oh, it's not that great that you won. I think that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, oh, friendly competition is cool and all, but like boost yourself up, not
bring
somebody else down. You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
what
Like,
happened.
Doesn't make any sense. But the last comment that he made that again, just adding to the hate and shit. Did you guys hear about the Nikola Jokic
That one,
comment?
yeah.
Bro, I
remember
don't even know who
one.
that is. Man, everybody knows who that
I don't
man
know
is,
Nikola
bro.
I'll bet money Nikola Jokic doesn't know who Noah Lyles is.
I bet you he doesn't know.
I don't know.
that
Jokic
much.
is into racing, so he might. He might.
Okay, tell us on it today. I like it. I like it.
Nah, but like that's just another hater comment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you don't know who Nikola Jokic is? The 3-time MVP? Like, what
Back
do
to
you
back.
mean?
Let's be nice.
Like
Back to back MVP.
You're telling me you know who Anthony Edwards is, but you don't
well,
know
he
Jokic?
didn't win last year, but yes, I get what you mean.
Well, still, even if he knows who Anthony Edwards, you should know the feat that Anthony Edwards had was beating Jokic.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
was the biggest story this playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was the best series too. I think, you know.
And
There
my
was a
thing is,
certified hater.
I respect people. No, respect isn't the right word, but I understand people who don't watch a sport. I get it. You don't. Not everybody in the world has to watch the NBA. Just because you're rich, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that you watch other rich people do stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I get it that if you're successful in your field, it doesn't automatically mean you're familiar with everybody who's successful in their field. You know what I mean? So I get that. What I don't completely agree with, and maybe I'm wrong. You know, if there's a successful athlete out there who can prove me wrong, go ahead. But I don't believe athletes don't know who other athletes are.
At all.
I don't think that's humanly possible.
At
You
all.
run in the same circles. You're in the same, like, you telling me you ain't never run into these people?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
both compete at the Olympics.
Exactly.
Jokic has been in the Olympics.
You're telling me you've never run into these people? Like, never?
And
Like,
the thing is,
it's
these
impossible.
players walk around in the city and will go see other Olympic things going on. It's not like they're just in their hotels. I guarantee you, NBA players saw Noah Lyles and just, you know what I'm saying? It just gave me real little man syndrome. Like, that's the vibe I get from him. Little man syndrome. He
Bro.
might be 6 foot though, but who knows?
You hear about the Olympics, all these people are hooking up and stuff. You've never heard of Jokic once? Like, all these people are fucking. You've never heard of him? Not one time? I don't believe it.
That's crazy.
Shout out to my boy Bam.
I don't believe it, bro. They had to remove the beds, and you don't know who Jokic is. That's equivocally false.
That's insane. That is
That was a
wild.
crazy
Y'all
ass
agree with me,
thing.
right?
There's parts of me that agree. Yes.
Yeah, I could.
You heard the stories.
I can understand. I think that's a great way to end that topic then. But moving on to our next segment.
Haters.
No more talking about the hater that is Noah Lyles.
We're done.
All my homies hate him, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna always be a hater because if he's a hater, then I'm gonna continue to hate him till the day I die.
All's fair in love and war. And
You
hip-hop.
saying something?
No, I said no cap.
Oh.
No cap.
But
Love and basketball.
on to some more Team USA. Now we are going to have a little bit of debate amongst each other. We have decided to take the time out to rank our Team USA rosters. We have had 9 Team USA rosters since the NBA players were allowed to play in the Olympics in 1992. And we are going to take our time to decide which team we will rank above each other. So, me and Tyler have comprised. We actually didn't really
He's got
make
one
the
too.
list.
He also has one.
Oh, you made a list? Oh, snap! All right, perfect. So, me and Tyler's list. Did you agree with this one, or did you change it?
No, I don't agree with it still.
Oh, okay. Well, then perfect. I agree with the list I have here. So, okay, so let's debate. So, we're going to start all the way down from 9. We're going to rank these teams based on the roster that was assembled at that time. We're not ranking them based on how they performed because we're not going to sit here and find out how every single player performed in freaking 1996.
Luckily,
You know what I
though,
mean?
this first one that we're about to do, I think we can all agree that they performed the worst.
Yeah, we can all agree on that. Hopefully, we can all agree on that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know what
Stranger
just
Things is happening in here.
But that being said, like I said, we're going to rank them based on the roster that was assembled at that time. So we're going to look at who those players were at that time and did they assemble a strong roster. And then we'll consider things like how they performed and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we're just worried about the roster that was put together. How they performed is something that we worry about if it comes down to it. But
Gotcha.
the number 9 team on my list, and you guys let me know whether you agree or not, I really hope you do, is the infamous 2004 Team USA. 2004 Team USA had a starting lineup that comprised of Stephon Marbury, Allen Iverson, Richard Jefferson, Lamar Odom, and Tim Duncan, with a bench that comprised of rookie Dwayne Wade, rookie Carmelo Anthony, rookie LeBron James, Sean Marion, Carlos Boozer, Amari Stoudemire, and Emeka Okafor.
I know, it's weird.
Didn't get drafted, right?
What?
He would have got drafted that year, didn't he?
2004, yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't even in the league
Actually,
yet.
he might have got drafted in 2002.
No, because did he get drafted the same year as Dwight Howard? I'm pretty sure they were a rookie in the same rookie class.
Wasn't
I
Dwight
remember.
Howard 2005?
No, Dwight Howard got drafted the year after LeBron.
Yeah, Dwight Howard's on
Let's
the
do a little fact
Yeah,
check.
but Emeka Okafor was 2004. He got drafted that
Yeah.
summer.
So they had 3 rookies and an undrafted or a player who hadn't played yet, right?
Yeah.
So let's not get too deep into the rabbit hole. That's my number 9.
That's
on the
also
list.
my pick.
Was that your number 9?
Yeah, as I'm looking at it, yeah.
Now let's talk about this team, just so you guys understand why we all unanimously decided that they were the worst
Tim
team.
Duncan sucks in the Olympic roster.
This team ended up in an Olympic record of 5-3. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they lost 3 games. Yes, they did.
They lost more games than Jason Tatum hit threes.
Our Team USA won in 2004, won a bronze medal. Very, very disappointing. And then last but not least, their point differential was only 4.6. The next lowest on this list is 16. 16.
This team is one of the reasons that we
Looking at
view
the
Manu
best
the way we
scorer.
do.
This team barely won their games.
Yep.
Well, they lost a lot of them.
Bro,
so-
they have a worse point differential than the Boston Celtics this year.
That's
For
crazy.
reference.
That so it was an atrocity of a roster. These players did not play well together. This was the reason. This is the year they lost to Puerto Rico, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my Puerto
Carlos
Rican.
Arroyo.
Shout out to my Boricuas. But
Shout out.
but yeah, so they lost, and I think the worst low light for this team was probably they're the reason we had to establish the Redeem Team. Think about the concept of that, like the Redeem Team.
What was the point differential again?
4.6.
It's the same thing as the New York Knicks.
So a team of all-stars couldn't win against a team of role players, because that's really what the teams were, a bunch of role players with occasional all-stars. So, we unanimously agree that 2004 was the worst Olympic roster Team USA has ever put together. All right, so our number 8 pick, moving on with our number 8 pick, or at least mine, and then they agreed on another one. We're going to debate this to see if I can convince them just a little bit. I'm going to try my best. My number 8 worst Team USA roster was 2020, which was a starting lineup of Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, and Bam Adebayo, with a bench of Jrue Holiday, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, Chris Middleton, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, and JaVale McGee. That was my number 8 pick. Tyler and Pluto both agree that the 2000 was the next worst team, who had a starting lineup of Gary Payton, Ray Allen, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, Alonzo Mourning, and a bench consisting of Jason Kidd, Tim Hardaway, Allen Houston, Steve Smith, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Antonio McDyess, and Vin Baker. After I read those names out loud, I am going to go ahead and jump on the bandwagon and say...
That's exactly why I said, hold on.
I think it's close. I think when it comes to like the differential, I think it's just a little bit different, because I think in 2020 the Olympic teams were a little better. But I think overall cohesiveness, I think 2020 was just slightly better than 2000.
My only argument to this is that the 2000 team did go undefeated. The 2020 team did lose a game.
Yeah.
So, losing, I think, holds a lot of weight in this argument. So that's why I believe they're the next worst team. However, that bench for 2000 is actually pretty bad.
But
there's players on there I've never heard of. I never knew who McDyess and Vin Baker were until I researched these teams.
So
I know Antonio McDyess.
Never.
Bro,
He's
McDyess
nice.
was nasty. He's got an Antoine Jameson kind of game.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Never. My lack of basketball history is showing right now. I've never.
And he was a tweener.
2020 had JaVale McGee, though.
He was a tweener between small forward and power forward. That's McDyess. Yeah, he's part of that Dallas small ball lineup with Sean Marion and them. Actually, I'm pretty sure he is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments.
So we're going to agree with 2000 as our next worst team?
Yeah. And the next one would be the team you mentioned. The
all right, so then we agree with the next. Okay, so that means our number 7 is going to be 2020. So we're going to go ahead and say 2000 was the 8th spot for our rankings, and 2020 is going to be our 7th spot for our rankings. My next vote for our 6th spot is going to be 2016. Any disagreements here?
Yeah. I have 2012.
For 2012. Did I tell you to have your team ready already?
Yeah, I was. You said the next one. I'm going. But go ahead.
I already did. 2012.
2012?
You think 2012 was the 6th worst team?
I believe so.
Yeah, no.
Dang.
I'll go 2016.
2016 has a starting lineup of Kyrie Irving, Paul George, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, he was an Olympian. I was right.
The bench consisted of Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and DeAndre Jordan. All right. Our 2000. Wait, what team?
2012.
2012.
That team was stacked.
Had a starting lineup of Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Tyson Chandler, who I believe was only there because Dwight was injured, but irrelevant. Russell Westbrook, Darren Williams, James Harden, Andre Iguodala, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Love, and Anthony Davis.
Keep in mind, most of the people you named off the bench are just coming into their own. That's why I view it that way.
So 2012, yeah, but this team was low key. I might even consider putting this team higher than what I originally had them. To be honest,
there's no way,
bro. This starting lineup. Oh yeah, who's next? Oh yeah, redeem team. Yeah, you're right. They're right. So either way, so 2012. You think 2012, right?
Yeah.
For a 6th spot, and you think 2000.
You think 2012 for a 6?
No.
You think 2012? Yeah. You think 2012,
so
and I think
there.
Yeah. So we're gonna unanimously decide 2016 in this case, then.
Not unanimously.
So you with me? Awesome.
Oh, majority. Yeah, majority votes. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's just like Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, DeAndre Jordan, just
DeMarcus Cousins.
You guys are sleeping on Boogie.
DeAndre Jordan was a great player. Yeah, that's it. Boogie, like everybody else, is just regular players.
That's when Paul George was nice. Kevin Durant, Carmelo. That's one of Carmelo's best Olympic years.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go bar for bar, we're talking about Kyrie versus Chris Paul. I'm taking Chris Paul.
I'm taking Paul George over Kobe at that time.
Whoa! We're doing what?
We're taking Paul George over Kobe in 2012.
No, hold on.
In 2012,
Kyrie over Chris Paul.
Coming off of 2 championships.
Wow. 2 years ago.
No, he won championship in 2011.
Hold on. Time out.
2010, 2009. So it's coming off of 2 championships. That's pretty recent.
I'm still saying.
Kyrie's not over Chris Paul to you?
Hell no.
Oh, yeah, I think Chris Paul's better, though. In 2012, at least.
Yeah, in 2012.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, 2012.
Well, I also think in 2016. I think all the way up until 2020, I'm picking Chris Paul over Kyrie.
Yeah, Chris Paul is a better player.
Nope. After he hit that shot for the Cavs, I stopped taking Chris Paul over him.
How many situations are you going to be in to hit that shot?
How many situations? Yo, CP3 got to the finals and lost. He's not a champion.
He wasn't the best player on that team.
Who?
Chris Paul. So it was like
Devin Booker was.
Kyrie.
It wasn't his fault they lost.
Neither was Kyrie.
He went to the finals with LeBron James. When are we gonna start valuing that? Like what? You got carried by LeBron James.
He was not carried. He was not carried.
I don't think Kyrie was carried.
Yeah,
I don't think he wins without LeBron.
When I say carry, I mean any other superstar. They're not going to the finals. Any other superstar, they're not going to the finals.
It's why they never went to the finals with Kevin Durant.
Name the top 5 best players in the league at that time. They're not going to the finals with Kyrie. I promise you they're not. Same roster. Take out LeBron, add them, they're not going to the finals. No way.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not my argument.
Exactly.
I just don't think CP3 could do that.
Take Chris Paul out of the Suns, they're not going to the finals.
CP3,
They might not even make the playoffs.
They might not even make the playoffs.
Put Kyrie with the Suns. Do they win the finals?
No.
They don't go to the finals.
I don't think
They
they
don't
go
go
to the finals.
Okay.
Because then I think DeAndre Ayton has a worse season because, he's not getting fed the ball by CP3. I think Devin Booker has to go back to point guard duties, and I don't like that.
I value, and I know this is completely off topic of what we're going over, but I think it's important that we understand Chris Paul makes a bad team good. Kyrie Irving makes a good team better. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
He will never turn a bad team into a good team.
I just think when I think of value of player, not like value as leadership, value as a scorer, I'm taking Kyrie. I just think as a bucket getter because that's what the new
So he's a
NBA
better
is.
scorer.
I agree.
You can say that.
But the issue is
that
that
doesn't make him
team
a better.
has a ton of scorers on the just starting lineup, like Paul George, Kevin Durant, Carmelo, DeMarcus.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him a better player. That's my thing. Like, yeah, he can hit big shots, but why are we worried about big shots? Like,
They only got one player on the team
we
that's
need to
not a
be blowing
scorer.
teams out, and Chris Paul's going to put us in a position to blow teams out.
I don't know. I just feel like he hasn't finished the job, so that's just me though. But I guess
Kyrie-
Kyrie had an easier path to the job being finished. I will give that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he also hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history.
Kyrie
And one
absolutely
of the biggest
contributed.
comebacks on
Kyrie
in NBA
contributed
history.
a lot. I don't think they win without Kyrie,
Bro,
but they
I mean,
also
of course.
don't get there without LeBron.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course. But I just don't know. You could say the same thing about Phoenix then? The year they went to the finals?
I don't think that they even make it to the finals with Kyrie over CP3. I think CP3 is that instrumental.
I'm not switching them. I'm just saying, like, without CP3, Suns aren't going to the finals?
No.
Okay.
Not even close.
What about without Booker?
Oh, no, God, no. God,
Yeah,
no.
definitely not. No, definitely
That was a
not.
weak finals anyways. My bad.
But either way, so we are majority votes that 2016 is our sixth spot on this list. That is Kyrie Irving, Paul George, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and DeMarcus Cousins. I really like how you managed to get us to overlook the fact that you just picked Paul George over Kobe Bryant. That's outrageous.
2012,
I was busy
specifically.
with Kyrie.
That was a down year for Kobe. You do have to look it up.
Hey, no
Look
way.
it up.
I'm gonna look it up. But listen, we're
care
not
what
we're
year
not
it is for Kobe.
we're not gonna blow by it. We're gonna talk about this. There
This is
there ain't no year I'm picking Paul George. We're talking about 28 points per game. We're NBA first team, all defensive second team, 28 points
Now
per
look at
game.
Paul George in 2016.
Hey, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
28 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. We're looking at 43% from the field, which of course is not good. 30% from 3, but Kobe's never been the most efficient.
Now
We
look
know
at Paul
that.
George in 2016.
Now let's look at Paul George in 2016. This is previous. This is before
broke his
OKC,
leg.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is
Didn't
right
he break
before.
his leg?
In my opinion, OKC Paul George was the best Paul George. People don't agree
Didn't he
with
break
that.
his
So
leg
agree
in
with
this
that. I agree
scrimmage?
with that.
Wasn't that the year
That's
he-
2012.
Oh, he
That
came back and
2012
played?
team, yeah.
2016 Paul George is All NBA third team, all defensive second team, same as Kobe. 23 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's shooting 42% from the field. 37. Come on, no,
The
don't do it.
37% is where it brings me.
Don't do it.
I-
Don't do it.
I genuinely do believe
42% from the field, which is worse than Kobe, a historically inefficient player.
But he makes it up for the 3. That's why I take it. I genuinely believe this. If you guys are gonna do this,
37% is not
I
making
think
it
at
up.
this point in the time, he's a better defender than Kobe.
No, he's not.
I
No,
think so.
No, he's not.
No,
I
he's
think
not.
so.
No, he's not.
Kobe started guarding point guard sort of.
We're talking about an All NBA
Ah.
first teamer versus an All NBA second teamer. That immediately puts him over the hump.
I
Immediately.
don't think you get it.
Well, also
Kobe,
better defenders at
Kobe
the time.
was picking up the best offensive point guards towards the end of his career.
No,
Like, yes,
not,
he was.
No,
He was guarding Kyrie. He was guarding Steph Curry. He was picking up those matchups.
he was guarding.
the point.
At this time, he was guarding. He was
Kobe
definitely not guarding Kyrie Irving.
Kobe had a triple-double that year. That was the year Kobe had a triple-double. I'm pretty sure that was the year he was playing like almost point guard because Steve Nash got hurt.
I forgot already. What year was it again for Kobe? 2012?
2012. How much longer after that did he fall off?
Kobe
He did. He
I don't
absolutely
even
fell
like
off.
Kobe.
Kobe fell off.
He got hurt. He was hurt.
But that's the issue.
Yeah, he got injured.
That's the issue.
He got injured that season after. So the year that he went to the Olympics, that was the year we just talked about his stats. The year after that was when Dwight Howard joined. He played 78 games, got injured.
I had the years. I'll take that. I had the years mixed up. I thought Dwight was on the 2012, 2013 team.
Yeah, he's on the 2012-2013 team. Yeah,
I'll take that.
That's
I'll
when
take
Dwight. But either way, Kobe still played phenomenal in that year too. He only got injured at the end. He played 78.
Yeah.
He played 78 games. And then he fell off after that, but that's because of injury, not because his.
Yeah, I don't think his skill diminished. I think he fell off
Yeah.
because he was fucked up all the time. Like
Yeah.
that dude was.
Yeah.
So
Playing through injury, like, with
I
nothing.
couldn't.
So-
Yeah, I could never in a million years pick Paul George over. I'll pick MVP caliber Paul George over Kobe that year, but like other years, probably not.
It's only the next year anyway, so technically it's that same off season.
But now we're moving on to our fifth spot. I probably won't even cut this out. I'll probably just leave that debate all in there. But now we're moving on to our fifth spot for our Team USA rankings, which means your next best available team would be 2012 still in this case then?
No, I have 96.
But we didn't get to put 2012, so wouldn't we have to move them up for you and put 2012 here instead?
Yeah, no, I'm just wrong on my pick.
Oh, so you're changing your mind?
Like, yeah, I'm just going with you guys. Like,
Oh, okay.
Majority rules.
Okay, so okay.
So with the 2016.
So then the fifth pick or the
sixth,
fifth spot is
technically.
I have 1996. Are you agreeing with 1996?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you also
I
agreeing with
just-
1996? On paper, I feel like this roster low key could even be considered higher, but
That was Shaq's
Do they have
rookie
a
year, right?
Akeem?
That was
Uh,
Shaq's
I
rookie
yeah,
didn't
this-
realize that they had a Akeem.
yeah, 1996 consists of, and we have a unanimous pick here. So all of us agree that 1996 is going to take our fifth spot for Team USA rankings, and that
Embiid
is a
was not
starting
the only
lineup
one.
of Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone,
They were
Hakeem
deep at
Olajuwon,
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's it.
John Stockton, Penny Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, Grant Hill, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, and Shaquille O'Neal. I think, this team's definitely stacked in a world where Charles Barkley, David Robinson, and Shaquille O'Neal are coming off the bench.
It's
You know what I mean?
disgusting.
That's something else. But
Let's also not even talk about Grant Hill at the time, and he was nasty.
yeah, he was. So that's unanimous there. Then I guess everything we have left is going to be unanimous, right? We're pretty
Yeah.
much on the
I
same
don't
page
think
with
we're
everything.
Well, it depends because I think 2 and 3 is where it gets kind of interesting.
Yeah, 3-2-1.
Yeah.
We'll see. So the fourth spot, we agree 2012 is the next best available team.
Yep.
Well, technically not the next best available, the next worst, I
The
guess.
next
Technically
realistic.
speaking. So they got a starting lineup. We already discussed it. Chris Paul, Kobe, LeBron, Durant, Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler was super underrated. He was actually a very phenomenal
They
player.
didn't need a score. They
yeah.
needed a defender, and he's perfect for that.
Yeah, they
He's a good shot blocker and rim
it
protector.
would have just been the role Dwight Howard played, but this is the year Dwight Howard got injured. Russell Westbrook, Darren Williams, James Harden, Andre Iguodala, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Love, and Anthony Davis. This was Anthony Davis who just got drafted, so he didn't really get a lot of playing time there.
Rookie, right? Rookie year?
Yeah.
This was right after he got drafted to the
Oh, okay,
Pelicans.
okay.
And then our third pick, we all on the same page that 2024, our current
No.
year. No, who
I-
do you think?
2008 for number 3.
2008. Who do
The
you
Red
have?
Team.
For number 3 as well.
2008 for number 3. Okay. Well, let's debate. Let's see. So I have 2024 is our current year roster. We have Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Jrue Holiday, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, which was substituted by Derek White. I'm sorry. Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, and Bam Adebayo. They believe 2008 was the next spot on this list, which is Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard. God, guys. Jason
Bench is where it
Kidd,
gets me.
Darian Williams, Michael Redd, Dwayne Wade, Tayshaun Prince, Chris Bosh, and Carlos Boozer.
Carlos Boozer.
I understand. So I'll give my point. Y'all give y'all point. I understand the bench. Boozer, Red, and Prince. I think is where they lose a little
Because I think
traction
the
there.
starters is as close as it gets to like a wash to me.
Yeah.
They're as close as similar as possible
Yeah.
when it comes to like overall
help.
play style rankings.
So let's try to talk. Let's see. Can we go bar for bar here? Let's try it out. Let's go Stephen Curry versus Chris Paul.
Stephen Curry.
At this point in their careers, we're going Stephen Curry.
I think Steph Curry, but
Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul was an
holds a lot of
MVP
weight.
candidate
Yeah,
at
but
that
he was
time.
not. He's not guarded now.
Yeah, but we're talking about Stephen Curry. Playing at
Yeah, I got
The
Steph
level
Curry.
he-
Stephen
right
Curry.
now
So we could
might
take
be.
Stephen Curry there. Devin Booker versus Kobe Bryant. Come on,
Yeah, we'll take Kobe.
let's not do that. Okay, perfect. Kobe. Thank God.
I think this version of LeBron is better than 2008.
Let's talk about that.
That is the. No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
He's
LeBron
a
can
better
shoot.
skill set. He could shoot. He's
Yeah.
an even better passer.
LeBron's better.
He doesn't just
He's a
rely.
better leader.
Yeah,
He's actually a great leader.
So we're saying
think you
this
proved
year, LeBron is better than that year LeBron.
2008, and that's not to say he wasn't dominant It's just skill for the Olympics. I think he's better.
Yeah, he was
for what you
playing
need.
very good this year.
Yeah.
Olympic-wise, yeah.
All right, so then I think I can agree with that. So right now, 2024 is winning, so I guess they're technically the better team. Kevin Durant versus Carmelo Anthony. I think it gets tough here. I think it gets tough here.
I think they cancel each other.
Don't make it sound like it's easy here. It's
Yeah,
not.
Carmelo, they're both the leading scorers.
It gets tough here.
I give a slight edge to Melo, but I wouldn't be crazy if anyone said that it was a wash.
Yeah,
I give a slight edge though.
I'll give it to Melo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to.
Kevin Durant versus
He's
Carmelo
abusing
Anthony.
him down there, bro. He's abusing.
Melo
Kevin Durant.
is the god
Of
of the
physical.
Olympics.
He's the perfect Olympic player.
I think that this is tough though. I think this is very close.
It is.
I
close.
think I'm giving it to.
You can't, bro. He's not doing anything with Melo.
No, but
Melo's
Melo's
step.
not doing anything
even,
to
it's
Kevin
not
Durant.
really matching them up. It's who's the better player at this point in their
I'm
careers.
matching them up. That's how I'm not doing it. So
But they're not going up against each other. It's just when they're deciding the roster, who was the better player? Was
Like if you got
Carmelo
a pool
Anthony
of
the better
people, who
player?
are you gonna pick?
So LeBron has to guard LeBron, right? Are
Yeah.
we agreeing on that?
No, but we're not looking at who can match up against each other. We're looking at who was the better player when the rosters were being selected.
The way I see, it's hard for me to imagine it without a matchup.
We don't even got your pick.
Yeah.
We don't even got your pick.
Yeah, I can't decide.
We both gave our picks.
Yeah.
I
Melo.
think
You asking him questions.
Yeah, I'm doing it off.
We asking you the
against
question.
Melo.
I got
I'm sorry.
KD. I got KD.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy either way here.
Yeah, it's not.
Their skill set is very similar when it comes to
Who's got more
Olympics.
career points?
Melo.
Melo right now, but KD will finish with more.
Yeah, KD's gonna be right behind
KD might
LeBron.
actually finish with the same amount.
No,
Right,
he'll be,
right.
he'll
Like
be
the
right
same
behind
exact
LeBron.
number? I don't think
like
so.
area.
You know, KD's the youngest player ever to reach every milestone right behind LeBron.
But he got
Whatever.
injured a lot right after that.
No, it's still going on. He's gonna be at the 40,000 club. I think KD is going to. 40,000.
I just feel like Kevin
way.
Durant checks more boxes for
Where's
me.
he
Like
at?
I feel like Kevin Durant is the better shooter. Kevin Durant is the better defender. I just think he checks more boxes.
I don't even think Kevin Durant's above 30K. He
No,
might
he's
be
not.
though.
He's not.
Yeah, I think he's because Melo's not even above it. I don't think
No, Melo's not above 30K either.
Melo's at 27. I think.
28.
Yeah. So KD is at 28.
Yeah,
28
bro.
9. He's at 29.
So what? He gets to have what, like 4 more healthy seasons?
Let's see where Melo. I think I'm.
Wait,
I
what are we?
thought Melo was over 30K though.
Are we debating who has more total points?
Just really quick.
No,
I'm looking at Melo right now.
Durant has 28.9 with 28
close.
28,000.
Melo's 28.2, so he's over.
Yeah, so Durant's already over. So
30,000 this year.
Yeah, but he's not gonna hit 40K.
He's going to be the 35 club. He's
Yeah.
going to be the second leading scorer ever in NBA history.
No, Kareem has that.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Kareem.
Kareem.
So he'll be third.
No,
third,
he
though.
might not even pass Carmelo.
Bro, you're tripping. Yes, he will.
So when we're talking about these matchups, though, bar for
My
bar,
bad,
we're
my
saying
bad.
Chris Paul. I mean, we're saying Stephen Curry wins, Kobe wins. Now they're 1-for-1.
I think
Right?
LeBron
We're
wins.
saying current LeBron wins. This team is 2-1.
We got Carmelo.
I say Kevin Durant.
I said it was a wash.
you.
So if you
You
say
got- you gotta
Carmelo,
be a
no,
tiebreaker.
look. If you say Carmelo, I'm calling this one a tie.
But he said Carmelo. I said Kevin Durant.
That's
so
why
now
I'm calling it a tie.
You have a vote though. You have to vote.
That's
You
my
can't have a
vote. My vote is this one's a tie.
Yo, Tyler,
this
it
one's
doesn't work like
nullified.
that.
This one's nullified.
all right. So no points here. So they get no points. So it's
That's fair.
No way we're doing this. I'm
So
not
it's
letting
2-1.
Tyler
Because
do
then
it.
I'm picking KD, and I don't want to do that to you.
So it's 2-1.
That's
Listen,
cool.
this is where we might have to argue. Joel Embiid versus Dwight
We
Howard.
don't have to argue this. At this point in the career is Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
At this point.
He's an MVP.
Oh, what year was this again? 2008.
Yeah.
I can get that. I can understand that. Yeah. Okay. I can
If we were talking
I'm
about
looking at Dwight
2010.
Howard as time goes on. Okay, I
2010,
can get
yeah.
that. I can get that. I'm
Wait,
sorry,
wasn't
Dwight. I'm so
2008
sorry.
The year that he went to the finals though.
No, 2009.
2010. Or, yeah.
He was
Damn.
still really good in 2008 though.
But
yeah, of
Joel
course,
Embiid
but,
is better.
but his career propels after those next 2 years. That's when he really establishes himself.
Okay.
He was established. I don't even know how to put it into words. He was established, just not enough to be over.
he
was
wasn't
a
an MVP candidate yet. Joel Embiid is an MVP.
Was Dwight ever an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody said. I think Dwight Howard was MVP, not Derrick Rose. That's my personal opinion. But either way,
LeBron.
I think LeBron was.
now let's talk about. No, I actually don't think so. But it don't matter. We'll talk about that another day. Now let's talk about whose benches beat who. So let's see. Can we go?
And again, in this point in their career, not what they've done after this or before.
Yeah, at this point in their career. So we're looking at Jason Kidd versus Tyrese Halliburton. I'm taking Jason Kidd.
I'm taking Halliburton in 2008.
2008, Jason Kidd. That is, I forget. He is a little old at this point. Let me see. Oh, what is he at
the
this
Knicks
point?
at this time?
This is 2007, 2008. He started with the Nets and got traded to the Mavericks. I'll take Halliburton. Yeah, you're right. I'll take Halliburton. For that season with 2 teams, he averaged 11 points, 10 assists. Yeah, so you're right. Halliburton. I'll take Halliburton. You take Halliburton?
Yeah, I will. Just
looking like
we're looking at Darren Williams probably matching up against Drew Holiday. I'd probably say.
I'm picking Darren Williams.
I'm picking Darren Williams
at this
too.
time in their career.
2008. Darren Williams was nice. Darren Williams was nice.
At this point in their career, I'm taking Darren Williams.
He was competing for best point guard against Chris Paul.
He's guarding up the best point guard right now in the NBA. What are we talking about?
What are we valuing more in the Olympics?
He's guarding Luke. What? Hold on. Time out. He's literally the glue of the Olympic team.
But in this case, Jason Kidd is the glue.
In this team.
Jason Kidd is the glue of that team.
Drew Holiday.
Darren Williams is a scorer.
Drew Holiday's minutes were not as crazy as you think they were.
But he was still a starter.
Darren Williams probably started a game or two too.
I'm taking
Drew Holiday wasn't a starter.
I'll take that.
So you're taking D-Will?
I'm taking
I'm taking
D-Will. He didn't win any championships. Has not established like that yet. Just like Dwight Howard, he wasn't hitting.
So this is not to say I think Drew Holiday is having a better overall career, but I think at this point of the career, before everything that happens with Darren Williams,
he wasn't competing for the number 1 point guard around that time.
No, he was.
Like Dwight Howard.
In 2008, hell yeah,
he absolutely was.
Yeah, he was.
Well, him and CP3.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It was like pretty close too.
Okay.
There were 2 years of his career he would arguably be the best point guard in the league.
And that's this year.
At least 2 years in his career.
And I think it's all after 2008.
No. After 2008, he goes to the Nets. It was all Jazz. That's when he was the best point guard in the league.
2006, 2007?
2006 to 2008, I'd say.
So we're taking when we took Embiid, right? That's what you guys said.
Yeah, for sure.
So that puts him up 3-1.
Yeah.
Then Jason Kidd, that's 3-2 now.
No, we took Tyrese.
We did take Tyrese. That puts him up 4-1.
Already.
The rest of this team's gonna have to
Darren Williams is averaging 19 and 10 at this time.
All right.
And he's shooting at this time, 2008, he's shooting almost 40% from 3, 50% from the field.
Look up Drew Holiday's size.
Yeah, I think we're pretty set here. So we got. So then we
You
got.
guys are taking Darren. Okay.
Then we talk Michael Redd. We'll probably have to match him up against Anthony Edwards. I'm taking Ant.
Yeah.
All right, so that puts him up. That's 5-1, right? We took D. Will though, right? So that's 5-2. That's 5-2. There's a chance here. All right, we're taking Derek White versus. I think the best reasonable matchup here would be Tyrese. Would be Tayshaun Prince. I think that's the best reasonable matchup for Derek White. In regards to like caliber of player, not like positional, but
I'm taking Tayshaun Prince right there because Tayshaun Prince is underrated as hell.
At that time, I think that was a wash at that time.
Taking Derek White. I'm not gonna lie. Tayshaun Prince in 2008 ain't the same Tayshaun Prince in 2004.
You're tripping. He was still just.
I think he's still good at this.
Tayshaun Prince is good, but like.
Go ahead.
That was the year they lost to LeBron.
It's one of his best seasons.
Yeah, he was actually hooping. That was like a year after because they won back-to-back championships, right? Detroit did.
Maybe I don't have enough history on Tayshaun Prince. Maybe I just don't have the history.
Oh, well, you tripping? Tayshaun Prince is nasty.
In 2008, this is one of his best years.
All right, so you guys agree to Tayshaun Prince then?
I think he's bigger, bro.
I'm picking. You pick Torian Prince?
Prince? No. It don't matter, but so you're saying so that's not a wash. You're saying Tayshaun Prince.
Bro, Tayshaun Prince was 6.
I'm saying it's more debatable than you think. I don't think
you can't keep going for ties though. You got to pick somebody who's better.
I'm picking Tayshaun. You're wrong.
All right, Tayshaun Prince. All right, so then after that's 5-3 now. We have an argument now.
Okay.
All right, that's 5-3. Now we got Dwayne Wade.
Have your bet, dog.
We got Dwayne Wade. Who are we putting Dwayne Wade up against? Dwayne Wade's gonna go up against.
Dwayne Wade goes against Derek White.
No.
Yeah, because
Dwayne Wade? Why would he go up against Derek White?
We're going against the positions. Why did you skip it?
No, I'm looking at like caliber of player because like this is I don't know how they're listing this off.
We've been going 1 for 1 every time. I think keep going 1 for 1.
All right, so then it would be Derek White here, and then it would have been who up here?
Then Dwayne Wade.
That's just such a weird way to do it. Like, why don't we go based on the caliber of player, like who they were?
So far, we've been doing it that way. That's what I'm saying.
No, that was just a coincidence. That's just how it lined up. Because
you got Michael Redd. Against
quick.
Anthony Edwards. You should
Yeah,
win
because-
against Anthony Edwards.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was gonna go Anthony
I'll still
Davis
pick Anthony
against
Edwards.
Dwayne Wade because I'm looking at
Anthony
it.
Davis versus Chris Bosh, I think makes sense.
I was thinking Bam against Chris Bosh.
Oh, that does make
Well, regardless, I think they're winning both of those. Anyway.
That makes sense. Chris Bosh against Bam, and I'm taking.
You think Chris Bosh over Anthony Davis?
what?
No, Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo win those two matchups.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
I'm not
that.
gonna lie.
I thought you were saying Dwayne.
2024 is deeper, bro.
24 is
I think we can stop
So
this.
far the race is getting close. It's 5-3 right now.
Once we get to those big men,
So
it's
we're gonna
over.
go Dwayne Wade versus Anthony Edwards.
Well,
I
Corey,
think-
we're gonna take.
I think if
Dwayne-
you want to do it best player at the time, I think that makes more sense.
So
I think
then
that's
Dwayne
fair.
Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
man, that's crazy. Okay.
But then Michael Redd still loses, so it's all right. Because I think he loses against Derek White.
I don't know if Dwayne Wade's better than Anthony Edwards right now. At that time,
2008 was one of Dwayne Wade's
So
best.
we gotta go back though. So if we go Anthony Edwards versus Dwayne Wade, so then that puts up
Michael
that,
Redd versus Derek
So
White.
that's 4-3 now then instead.
and I'm taking Derek White.
And
so
then
we're
Michael
over
Redd
Red.
versus Derek White.
I'm taking Derek White.
There, I'm taking Derek White.
Okay.
Michael Redd is nasty, but I need a defender. I need a 3-and-D
He's
guy.
lock up.
And Michael Redd's not the defender.
I'll let the majority vote. All right, so that we're taking Derek White over Michael Redd, so that puts him up 5-3.
Once we get to the big men,
Now
it's
we're
over.
taking Tayshaun Prince versus who?
Tatum.
Oh, I'm taking Tatum.
Versus Tatum. So we're
Tayshaun
taking
Prince averaged 13, 3, and 4.
Tatum
that year.
6-3. All right, so then Anthony Davis wins his matchup. Bam Adebayo wins his matchup because we got Carlos Boozer and Chris Bosh. Okay, so then the better team is 2024. If that's how we're gonna debate this. All right, so then that means 2008 is our third spot. So the 2008 Team USA for the Olympics will take our third spot in our ranking.
Should we revisit the number 1 and number 2 matchup, maybe?
If we're looking at my point of view is best players selected at that time. If we go bar for bar, all right, there's no way our current team wins. I just don't think so.
I forgot about the bench. That's where it gets kind of lost for me.
So
Never mind.
their bench is Hall of Famers. Our bench is Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Bam Adebayo. You know what I mean? So nothing wrong again with them, but like
2 Hall of
So,
Famers.
the 19, that team right there, that's Michael Jordan's team that we're about to go to.
yeah.
Why are we playing this? They're the best team.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can unanimously decide our
Well, are we
second
talking about
spot.
the players and where they're at? Because Magic Johnson was old. Larry Bird was old.
That is true.
Yeah,
And
but-
We're old.
But if we're gonna match them based on role, then they're gonna be matched up with the Derek Whites and the Drew Holidays.
Let's do it.
I'm still
Let's do
taking
it.
I'm
Let's
taking
take a
Magic
fight.
Johnson
But they're
over
not.
Derek White.
Magic Johnson's a
No,
starter.
no,
He's going
Magic
against
Johnson's
Steph Curry.
point guard. He's
Okay, so let's go bar for bar. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
have fun.
see. So we're talking about all right. So we're going.
We got it. I did it.
We're going Magic Johnson versus Stephen Curry.
I'll pull it down.
Steph,
You know, I think you're going down.
Best point guard ever, Steph Curry.
Pull up 2024.
Yeah.
Let me airdrop this to you real quick. Can I do
Oh
that?
wait, you know what you could do? Duplicate that tab and have it side by side.
Oh yeah, true.
That's the man talking with 2 screens at his job.
And then we're doing what 2024.
Yeah. Are you able to drag and have it side by side? Does Apple let you do that? Probably not. Apple's kind of bummy.
All right.
There you
Let's
go.
just do this.
There you go. I think that this way you don't gotta go back and forth.
Let me just do it this way. All right, so we got. All right, so it's already there.
All right.
All right, perfect. So let's look at it.
In 1992 versus 2024 specifically.
All right,
Let's
so
do
now
it.
we're gonna try and figure out our last 2 spots, our number 2 spot, our number 1 spot. We're gonna go bar for bar, 1992 versus 2024. At the point guard position, Stephen Curry versus Magic Johnson.
Steph.
At this point in their career, we're going with Stephen Curry.
I'm going Steph.
Sure.
If this was prime Magic, do you think he has a fight here? I think
Yeah,
he
I
does.
think that's
If
a
it's
little wash.
if it's prime Magic, that's a tie.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. He's guarding every position in the
Yeah,
NBA at that
if it's
point.
prime Magic, it's a tie. But that's off topic. But
That's 4 years ago.
1992, Magic Johnson. Yeah, we're taking Stephen Curry. That's 1-0.
Michael Jordan.
Devin Booker, Michael Jordan.
I'm
That's
going
Poor
Booker.
Devin Booker.
That's 1-1. That's 1-1. And this is closer than I personally think you guys think it is, but I understand the choice here is going
It's
to be LeBron.
closer, but I think
Scottie
it's LeBron.
Pippen versus current day LeBron. It's
Oh.
a much closer conversation than you're making it seem,
Yeah.
but we're taking LeBron.
I think Scottie Pippen is the third, maybe 4th best small forward of all time.
I think we will have a discussion.
Who's the second?
KD. It depends how you do positions, but
I
also
think
Larry
Carmelo
Bird.
might be better
It depends.
than Scotty.
Oh no, I don't think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we won't get who? Who'd you say?
Yeah. Carmelo.
No.
Wow, the disrespect.
But okay, but either way, we won't get into it. So we're gonna take LeBron over Scotty. That for the people watching, I think that's a much closer race than we're making it seem.
Yeah, no, I think it's close. I think I think right now LeBron is like the third best small
Not
forward of all
LeBron
time.
overall. LeBron overall washes the hell out of Scottie Pippen, but like current LeBron
A
versus
40-year-old
1992 Scottie
He's
Pippen.
got a little bit more than Scotty does right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So that's 2-1 right now.
Prime Scotty too. That's the crazy part.
It gets
Yeah.
interesting here because positionally, Kevin Durant was not an actual starter. That's just what they have him here. He only started that last game. Do we want to change this up to make it more accurate?
I think he keep going because I think he loses this
He was
regardless.
injured too, so
You think who loses this regardless? Karl Malone?
Kevin Durant
You think Kevin Durant loses this?
against Karl Malone.
I don't think so.
So if we were to do a more accurate starting lineup, though, based on who was actually starting consistently,
Who would you start? Karl Malone or KD?
let's leave it. Let's not even think about it. Let's
Leave the starters and then
Let's leave it. So Kevin Durant versus Karl Malone. You think Kevin Durant, Karl Malone gets this?
I think Karl Malone wins that. But I think Karl Malone at this time was like from here to
He won
1998.
an MVP this year around that time.
96, I think.
Yeah, he won an MVP while Michael Jordan was playing.
Yeah, I think Karl Malone is like obviously he has the whole kid stuff and everything that kind of messes up. No, but I think that's why we underrate him. I think Karl Malone, he's the third best scorer of all time.
Yeah, but still, I'm taking KD.
Okay.
If we're looking at players at this point in their careers, that's tough for me.
Let me pull up Karl Malone. How about that?
I think I'm not too worried about stats because they just do two different things. Damn, this is crazy. I think.
Don't you say that.
Karl Malone was fourth in MVP voting, NBA first team, sixth in defensive player of the year voting at the time, 28 and 11.
Did he make? So he didn't make an NBA. So he had
He
to
was
be all
NBA all
defense.
first team.
If he was sixth in defense,
It just doesn't have it. I don't know why. He has too many awards this year.
If he doesn't have it, that means he didn't win it,
I'm assuming he didn't win it.
or he didn't get it. I mean, all defense. Okay, so this year, Karl Malone. Oh man, this is tough. I think I'm taking KD. Yeah, I'm taking KD. I just think KD's a better overall player. Yeah, I just think he does.
He's one of those unicorns.
I think they're both in the same situation where like they're not really carrying a team by themselves. They're gonna need another player that can do it.
Would you say that KD is better, or do you think it's a tie?
I think it's a
more of
tie.
Yeah.
I think it's a tie.
We want to do this one. Okay, we can have one tie.
I'll give you guys a tie.
One tie.
So
This will be
it's
the tie.
2-1. So it's 2-1 right now. No points on that matchup.
Okay.
Joel Embiid versus Patrick Ewing.
I think Embiid slightly edges this one out.
What? Slightly.
Ewing was a dog,
Patrick
bro.
Ewing was crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
he was like probably the third best center in his time, though.
In the era of the best,
Embiid's
centers that
only
ever
the second
existed.
best.
I don't think he was even the second best.
But Embiid's only the second best right now.
Shaq.
No, Shaq wasn't around in 92.
Malone,
92.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone's a
David
power forward.
Robinson. Bro, he was probably
I think
bottom tier center.
David Robinson
He
wasn't
was
even
the
in the league
third
that
best
long.
center. He was the third best center easily.
I don't think he was the third best center.
Bro, Patrick Ewing. Akeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. There's nobody else better.
No, I don't think David Robinson was the third best center at this time yet. I think he
need
turns
a
into one,
list.
but in 1992, I don't think he is.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, 1992, he is.
There's
he is Defensive Player of the Year. He's 23 and 12,
First ever
MVP,
quadruple
third
double.
Yeah, I'm giving it
MVP.
David Robinson.
But let me check. Let me check Patrick Ewing. 1 second.
Even
I think it's
regardless where
third,
he
though.
stands here, it don't matter. I think Joel Embiid takes it though. Regardless, we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But it's not as easily as you make it seem. Patrick Ewing was actually one of the best hitters of his generation.
Oh, it's close. Patrick Ewing is fourth in MVP voting, defensive second team, 24 and 11. But I'm still going Embiid. I just think it's close.
I'm going Embiid too. Yeah, it's just a lot closer. So now Embiid, it's getting tough. It's 3-1 now. I think the bench is really where they start getting these points back, though. In my opinion.
Absolutely.
We got John Stockton versus Tyrese Halliburton. I'm taking John Stockton.
Taking the point guard,
I'm taking John Stockton. So now it's 3-2 now.
the Mormon,
Clyde Drexler versus Drew Holiday. I'm taking Clyde Drexler.
Clyde the Glide.
It's tied up now. Chris Mullin versus Anthony Edwards. I'll take Ant.
I'll take Ant
Edwards.
over
But
this.
Mullins is tough.
He's a dog.
But
He's a
Mullins
dog.
gets better after this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
he does.
or Mullin, I guess. Not Mullins. I don't know if this is a typo. There's no S there. Now we're looking at Christian Laettner versus Derek White. Is that how we're gonna do that?
I guess so, but I'll take Derek White.
We're gonna go based on lineup, how it is.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Derek White. Wait, I already lost track. So we took Ant. That means they go up, right? 4-3.
Yeah.
And now Derek White 5-3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's getting interesting here. Charles Barkley versus Jason Tatum. I'm taking Barkley.
Well, we forgot Larry Bird.
If it's Larry Bird against Jason Tatum,
No, Charles Barkley.
You never did Larry Bird.
Oh, snap. Okay, so I messed up a little bit here.
I'll take Jason Tatum over
So
Larry
Chris
Bird.
Mullin versus Ant. Ant made it 4-3. So we're taking Larry Bird versus Derek White.
Oh,
To Larry
shit.
Bird.
Larry Bird.
I'm taking Larry Bird, right?
taking Larry Bird.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's 4-4. So now we got Christian Laettner versus Jason Tatum. We
I'm
got to take
taking
Jason Tatum. That's 5-4.
Oh, they edged it out, I think.
Charles Barkley versus Anthony Davis.
100% Barkley.
I don't know.
This is one of Barkley's best years.
I still don't know.
Ooh-wee.
I don't know, brother.
Wait, so we're they're up 1 right now, right?
Yeah.
The 2024 is.
2024 is up 1 right now.
Yeah.
And we're taking Charles Barkley versus Jason Tatum right now.
Yeah.
No, versus Anthony Davis.
Versus Anthony Davis. Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Who's the better player at this
23 and 11, four assists.
Is this before or after the MVP? This is before, right?
This is the year right before.
So before MVP. So
1
it's not
year.
MVP
Yeah.
Barkley yet.
No, actually, this is the season that he becomes it because it's the 1992 offseason. So that season he becomes MVP.
No technicalities.
No, what year did he win
Yeah.
MVP?
1992 to 1993. He wins that season.
Okay,
That was-
so then
that was
this is
before-
before. So it's
yeah.
before the season starts. So this is
got
before
this
MVP.
lawyer
Yeah,
guy.
he tried to get.
Yeah,
he tried to get me.
No.
This is before he.
But
wins it.
this
I'm taking
accounts
the
for it
answer
though.
to
So so this Barkley's not an
Because
MVP.
this Olympics turns him into an MVP.
No, that's not how
That's
we're
how
gonna
it
do
works.
We're not gonna we're based on who they
I'm
are at
taking
this
AD.
point.
I'm still
No,
picking Barkley though.
No, Barkley versus Anthony Davis.
Taking
I'm taking AD.
He was
picking
like
Barkley.
the biggest. Well, they're both big effects in the Olympics.
Who's the better player overall?
I
Anthony
think
Davis.
Anthony-
Barkley overall, in every aspect, I think Barkley is, other than rim protection.
I think Anthony
And
Davis is a better
post-scorer.
defender. I think Anthony Davis is a better scorer.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think Charles Barkley is a better scorer. I think he's a better rebounder.
I think he's a better rebounder.
I think he's a better passer. I think he's a better shooter.
passer. I think both
Yeah, I
their
think
shooting
that's
is
no
pretty.
You can give that one a wash.
Yeah,
give that one a wash.
Yeah.
So wait,
Are we just gonna tie it up here?
we can't do another tie.
Yeah, I'm
We
taking
can't do
AD.
another tie?
I'm taking AD.
I'm taking AD, so that's
Y'all are sick.
that's majority.
Sick.
Sorry,
I'm
Charles.
taking AD, so that puts them up.
Charles,
That puts them up 5-3. Damn, that puts them up 5-3.
Yeah, I was in this.
6-4. I mean,
No, 5-3.
no, because we were just tied 4-4, and
Yeah,
then
6-4.
Jason Tatum made it 5-4. So that puts them up 6-4, and then David Robinson versus Bam Adebayo. David Robinson. I think it's Anthony Davis versus Charles Barkley right here that makes it or breaks it for me.
It's AD. I already decided.
I really think it's Charles Barkley.
I want AD, but like
I'm not so sure
it
that.
could be Charles.
So
Barkley.
maybe we should look at this is a tiebreaker. Let's look at their Olympic stats.
AD
Though.
had a good season this last year too, though. Like a really good season.
No, if we look at their Olympic stats, we know Charles Barkley had the better stats.
Yeah, he had the ball more.
We don't have to look it up. We all know that.
Why did he have the ball more?
Because he was
He's-
a point forward.
But why did he have the ball more than AD if AD is much better?
AD doesn't-
Because AD is a better scorer. Why did he not
Because
score as
he's a
much as Charles
traditional
Barkley?
big man. Charles Barkley's not. He's playing out of position.
I
If
don't
we
know.
give it to Charles Barkley, it's a tie.
I like that.
I
I
don't
think that this should be revisited.
1A, 1B. I want 2024.
Charles Barkley averaged 18 points in the Olympics. That's kind of wild.
We know
Is he
that,
the leading
though.
scorer?
Who was the other tie
Yeah,
that
he
we
was.
decided on? Was it KD and Malone?
Yeah.
That's another.
That was the other tie we decided
That's
on?
another
good
tough
one.
tie.
Both of these are
The
tough
leading
ones.
scorer of this team was Charles Barkley, and then Michael Jordan. And Charles
Yeah.
Barkley played less minutes.
Yeah.
He played 5 less minutes.
He's also built for that type of play, though.
Oh man, it's tough.
I think this is a lot close. I don't think this is close actually to
Leave it
me.
in the comments. Are we not that big yet?
No, nobody gonna respond.
soon come.
So come, yeah. All right, so I think let's just decide on a tie. Let's
So
say
1A, 1B?
a 1A, 1B. Are we gonna do that? Is that it?
I'll take a tie. I think 1992 slightly edges it out because when they win, it's a lot bigger of a win. but I think it's close.
It's also the competition's not as good.
I think if we match these players up positionally, though, it'll be a completely different story.
I would love to be in a gym and just watch these people in their prime go at it.
Oh God, yeah. Also, this team wasn't 3-point shooter or anything back then. Like if this team would smoke them.
Yeah. This
All right, so I guess that's it, folks. We have decided that our number 1 and our number 2 spots are going to be a tie. We went bar for bar between 2024 and 1992. And after a long-winded discussion, we have decided that we cannot decide who is the number 1 team. So we are going to decide that 1992 and 2024 are ties 1A, 1B as our top 2 best Olympic rosters Team USA has ever sent out to foreign countries. Sometimes here, too, because 1996 was in Atlanta. Yeah. But either way.
And next year to be in the Lakers or in LA.
My favorite. I can't wait for this topic.
Let's move on to our next topic. I think to wrap up our last.
We should have.
What happened?
I thought we were going to rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. To wrap up our last Olympic topic of this podcast next week, we're going to try our hardest to not let ourselves talk about any more Olympics unless something crazy comes up out of nowhere.
No one Lyles has to kill someone for us to talk about it again. He has to murder someone.
So we're going to go ahead and do our we talked about it last podcast, how the 3v3 competition was complete assery. We sent out a terrible roster. Even though they have a roster of 4 players, we've actually decided to do our own draft against each other to see who can draft the best 3v3 roster to send to the Olympics. However, we're going to do a 5-man roster because to me it personally makes no sense that they only have 4 people. Because that means
the Olympic team.
They're only subbing in 1 player at a time, which is super weird. Yeah. But that's, that's neither here nor there. So a couple rules that we're going to go by, just because it is a 3v3 competition, we're not going to try and send out our best players. We're going to go with non-All-Stars, non-former Olympians. So we have to draft a roster of 5 players. You can draft players however you see fit, in any order, however you'd like. But we're going to draft 3 starters and 2 bench players. I have my draft board here.
I have a question. Are we going to do one at a time? Or like you pick 1, I pick 1, he picks 1? Or you pick 5, I pick 5, he picks 5?
Oh, no, yeah, one at a time. Yeah,
okay, good.
Sure.
I want to make sure.
Okay.
So we're going to do rock, paper, scissors. Ladies and gentlemen, to decide who gets to pick first. So I think we should all go at the same time. Whoever gets eliminated is out, and then whoever's left.
And let me break down how this is going to work. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Once we say shoot, you put down your rock.
So you guys ready?
Yes. Look at the camera.
Come on. Let's do this. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wow, that's insane. Wow. That's crazy. All right, let's try this again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, so
he's going first.
So he goes first.
Now it's us two.
All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah, second pick.
I was trying to play mind games there.
And then we're gonna do a snake draft. All right, so let's try our best to remember. So it's Pluto, Nas, and then Tyler. All right, so Pluto, draft your first player for these Olympics.
And it could be someone who's not. I'm sorry.
Not
we're going NBA players only. Non-All-Stars, non-former Olympians.
Non-All-Stars this year or just
non-All-Stars in their career. We're sending a team of hoopers that can at least match up a little bit. Okay. Because other countries aren't sending their best players either.
Malik Monk for my first one.
Well, he was actually on my draft board.
Yeah.
Your turn.
That's a good pick. Thanks. Malik Monk for your first. I am going. Let me remove Malik Monk from my draft board. That was a really good pick. He was on my draft board.
I actually don't even need a draft board. I know exactly what I'm picking.
Should I go in order or should I try to save who I think is the best one here? Man, now I'm looking at my list and I don't even know. I'm gonna go Nas Reed.
Next one's gonna be dope, though.
Fuck!
Nas Reed.
That was gonna be my sleeper.
Nas Reed as my number 1 pick. He's gonna be my center.
I'm going Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham. Oh, he wasn't on my draft. Why was he not on my draft
Because you
board?
probably thought he was an all-star, but he was not.
Oh, why was he not on my draft?
I'm gonna double check if I'm wrong. I'm almost certain he's not. Right?
Did he make an all-star this year? I think he did. No, he probably didn't.
I got the next one.
I go next again.
He wasn't an all-star. So Cade Cunningham.
So Cade Cunningham, Michael Bridges.
Michael Bridges. Damn, he was my forward pick. So then I go next.
Yep. No.
Yeah, I go next. Yeah.
Wait. What did you have? Wow.
Snake draft.
Snake draft.
Oh, so yeah, okay, go.
All right, so if you're gonna go Michael Bridges, I'm going to. I actually don't even know. Oh yeah, I do know who this is. Okay. Who I'm trying to match up here. I'm gonna go Tyler Hero.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm going Jeremy Grant.
I like that too. No, Jeremy, I think has been an all-star, right?
Yeah, Jeremy Grant was an all-star.
When?
Oh, when he was on the Pistons, right?
Yeah, he was an all-star. He was an all-star one
He
year.
was not an all-star.
He was also a former Olympian.
Yeah, he was. We
He
found
was
that
also a
out.
former
Oh,
Olympian.
yeah. Okay, I take it back.
He was an all-star
CJ
and...
McCollum.
Oh, no, never mind.
T.J. McCollum.
C.J. McCollum has been an all-star, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's not.
No, he hasn't.
He's never
T.J.
been
McCollum's
all-star.
never been an all-star.
That's another good pick. Damn, I'm pretty guard-centric. I gotta go.
Jeremy
You're right.
Grant was not an all-star though,
Oh,
But he was an
but he was an
Olympian.
Olympian. So
okay.
McCollum wasn't an all-star though.
Okay, got him.
So C.J. McCollum, you realize you just drafted two guards, right? But you know, you do you.
I gotta have a bench player. Go ahead.
So then you go twice because it's snake draft.
Oh, okay.
Write down your picks. Don't forget.
Did anybody say Evan Mobley?
No.
I'll take Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. I considered him on my draft board, but I didn't go for him. Too tall. I know that sounds weird. So
Evan.
so it's me next.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley. He's not on my draft board, so I'm gonna secure a forward here. You know, I'm gonna keep some height on here because I got Tyler Hero. I'm gonna let him run the point guard in this situation, and I'm gonna draft. He's actually not ahead in my draft board, but I'm gonna change my mind and I'm gonna go. No, I lied. I'm kidding. Scotty Barnes. I'm going Scotty Barnes. No, he was an all-star, wasn't he?
Scotty Barnes was an all-star this
He
year.
was an all-star. Damn.
Because I would have picked him.
So in that case, I'm gonna go Jalen Johnson.
I like that.
Great pick.
All right, so I'm up again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm going to close you guys out right here.
Okay.
I'm going to go Jabari Smith Jr. from the Rockets.
Okay.
And then for my second guard, you guys don't realize this is a 3-on-3 competition. You need some defense. You need playmaking. And they're not really going to be shooting too deep, so I don't have to worry about shooting. So I'm going to go T.J. McConnell.
Oh my God. Here we freaking go.
Okay.
All right.
The
whatever.
John Stockton of 2024.
It's my turn. So I got my starting lineup already decided. So I'm gonna go with my bench. I'm gonna go Chet Holmgren.
That was going to be my next
I
pick.
didn't even think about that.
That's going to be my next pick. I have a counter to that for my next one, though, so don't worry.
Good luck.
All right. So is it me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot. I feel like I need to go ahead and grab someone. No, so let me see your board real quick.
Hell no.
You fake. Because I'm really trying to think. Is OG Anunoby an all-star?
No.
And is he from America?
He's from the UK.
Damn. Give me
No,
Josh.
he works, so he fits.
No, but he's not from America.
No, he. Oh, yeah.
OG. I'll go Josh Hart.
Oh, I like that.
Charles Hart,
Great
interesting.
pick.
Also, with so many players available, that's crazy.
What?
You got another pick.
You have another. This is your last pick right here.
My last pick right here. Anthony Edwards is out of here.
Yeah, Nas Reed, his first pick, which is sick.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
That was going to be my pick right here.
Really?
Instead of
That's a
TJ.
good pick. I'm trying to think of my last one right now. I think I'll take Jaden McDaniels off Minnesota.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I'm pretty big though. No.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
No, he went to. No, that was FIBA. That was FIBA.
Yeah. All right, and since you got Chet Holmgren, I'm going to go back to OKC, and I'm going to pick Jalen Williams. J-Dub.
Ooh,
pretty good.
pick.
You got to tell me. Look at my team. You tell me that's not cohesive? A lot of defense, a lot of size.
You pick again, don't you?
That's it. That's it.
That's your 5?
Yeah.
I pick again, right?
No, that's it.
No, I only have 1, 2. Oh, I do have 5. Okay. All right, so moving on, our last topic for today is going to be our fast break news with your boy Nas.
We got a lot on the board today, actually, but let's go ahead and pull it up real quick to make this nice and easy. A lot going on in the basketball community over the last 2 weeks since the last time we had a podcast. Let's see what we have on our plate. We have Jeremy Lamb. I don't know how many people are interested in this, but it was random news that I got on Twitter. Jeremy Lamb officially retires from basketball, which I think is outrageous.
I feel like I was always waiting for his come up.
Yeah, no facts. Me too. He definitely seems like the type of player that should just go overseas. But, I mean, maybe there's personal things going on.
Yeah,
who knows?
More money.
I didn't look into it, but we'll good luck to Jeremy Lamb and whatever future he decides to hold.
One of those underrated scorers, too.
Next, we got Kyle Guy, also decided to retire from basketball. I barely know who this guy is.
Know who he is.
No offense to Kyle Guy, man. Good luck to you in whatever future endeavors you have left.
For sure.
I was so wrong about him. I mixed him up with Kyle Singler earlier when we were talking about it.
That's crazy.
That's a
wow.
That's a good name to pick up. Kyle Singler was like that, dude.
Yeah, he was.
For OKC.
And then last but not least, Joe Harris also retires from basketball. I forgot to put his last name up there. My bad, Harris. I actually used to love Joe Harris. I thought he was always a good player to pick up, but he just never got picked up. I don't know what happened.
He was a good defender. People used to assume that he was a bad defender. He could finish well. He could shoot well. Like he's like a Joe Ingles
Decent,
without the passing.
I feel like
he's a better shooter than Joe Ingles, though.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a better version of Joe Ingles without passing.
I
worst
don't completely agree, but
I think Joe Ingles might be a little bit better.
Yeah, better shooter. I'll say that.
Joe Ingles can shoot like really well. Like
he's not like Joe Harris. So.
Yeah, I don't think he can shoot like Joe Harris.
Probably not, but it's like
I think he does. He's a better passer, a better dribbler than Joe Harris was.
Better defender too.
Yep.
But next on my fast break news, we got Jonathan Kuminga, who is seeking a max contract. What do you guys think?
He don't deserve it, but he'll get it.
He doesn't deserve it, but he's gonna get it. Absolutely,
For 100%. He's the second best player offensively.
He's their hope after Curry goes. So what happens if you don't max him when he walks?
That's super unfortunate for them, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, very much so. He's got to make a lot of improvements.
I think they'll draft somebody that can be their hope instead of Jonathan Kuminga.
But they haven't drafted him yet, though. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's true. As of right now, he's the future of Golden State. So yeah, I think
it's true.
Segue to a new thing. We're done with Kuminga already.
But back to the Olympics. I guess I lied.
I was right. Go ahead.
Back to the Olympics. Gershon Yabusele just signed a 1-year deal with Philadelphia 76ers. I actually think he's a pretty good fit. If he can knock down his threes, he's a solid forward combo forward.
They needed forward too. They didn't have a power forward.
I think he'll be useful in a small ball situation as well if they absolutely need it. I don't think they do because I think they signed Drummond too, right? So I don't think we'll see a lot of small ball there. But
I got Drummond again.
But shout out to Yabusele, man, for making a name for himself in the Olympics. On to another Olympic star from France, Gabby Williams, signs a 1-year deal. I actually don't know how long the deal was, but I assume 1 year to finish off the season with the Seattle Storm. This is actually her second stint with the Seattle Storm. She had a phenomenal performance in the Olympics.
She was a few inches away from tying it up. She was the one that took that shot.
Yeah, she was definitely having a remarkable year at the Olympics and definitely turned a lot of heads. And the Seattle Storm decided to ink her up for a new deal. We're back to NBA stars. DeMar DeRozan, the newest Sacramento King, actually dropped 54 points at the Drew League, his second home. That man plays in the Drew League every single year, man.
Well, he's a West Coast guy.
He balls out every single time. So are a lot of other players that don't ever play.
He's a real West Coast guy.
That man just loves basketball. He's like KD.
Like he loves the Drew League. He's always in the Drew League.
Yeah, he's from the hood for real.
Yeah,
for real. He's got hood ties. He's just like me.
He's in that Kendrick video, so.
Shout out to DeMar DeRozan. Our next piece of news is a little unfortunate, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it up on the screen. I'm so sorry, Marcus Jordan.
Yeah, you gotta cover that up on YouTube, sir.
Well, Marcus Jordan was caught sniffing some sort of white substance.
He's a fan of that white girl, and we're not talking about Larsa Pippen.
The real Larissa Pippins.
Of course, there hasn't been any reports as to what that was. I don't think he is. This is going to come off extremely negative, but I don't think he's of any importance to drug test him at this point in his life.
Hey, you guys have never snorted like cough medicine or anything to get it down quicker?
No, never in my life. I don't intend to.
I haven't either, but apparently he has.
But shout out to Marcus Jordan. Hopefully he's enjoying that booger sugar. But kids at home, don't do drugs. Listen to your parents. All right.
Unless they tell you to do drugs.
And then we're gonna wrap it up with Hooper's Digest. We talked about it in our podcast 2 weeks ago, last episode. If you want to go back and listen. But Hooper's Digest is back, and we just released our first issue. A lot of exciting news in the basketball community, some FBA stuff, some overseas stuff, some local, some trendy stuff, some controversy, all types of hoop news in the local community that we are in that we primarily focus on. So if you guys want to learn about what's the latest happenings in basketball, hit us up in the comments, DM us on Instagram. You can subscribe to our weekly newsletter or bi-weekly newsletter, whatever we have time for. Just trying to create a new avenue of exposure to these athletes and these programs, coaches, refs, players, AAU, adult, women's, all that stuff. Just trying our best to play our role in the success of the basketball community. So if you're interested, hit us up. But that's a wrap. That's all we got for today. That is our last topic of our episode 13. As always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for being a part of this every single week. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let us know that you were here watching. Like and share with all your friends and family.